fully aware of. And there's nothing more insincere than using someone's name when you're not friends with them.
Caleb, I completely agree with you, Caleb. That
100%.
When people
Caleb.
say your name all the time, Caleb, it is
Ben.
It's a little off-putting, Caleb.
Yeah. That's exactly the feeling you get places.
Yeah.
And they don't even have to do it near as often as that. But
sometimes it is that. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but sometimes it does come across that gratuitous. If it's well placed, it works. But it has to be in the context of the flow of the conversation.
You know what? You both know me very well, and you know that I'm a very friendly person.
So you don't want us to fill in the blanks on that. You don't want to give it a pause.
I was like, oh, God.
Is this Mad Libs? Because I got a banana. I don't know. What's up, dude?
And
we were both very kind to you on that pause.
Yeah, you were. Thanks. Appreciate it. But I know I don't have a problem getting along with anybody. And that was probably why I was fairly successful in my sales days. And I never did that. I never once took the time to really learn someone's name because I always thought it was just creepy. Because everybody uses that same technique. Hey, Ben, it's nice to meet you, Ben.
Right.
You repeat the name a couple times so you remember it.
Oh, yeah.
Once you see, to me, that's so insincere. I'd rather you not know my name and just be genuine than have that fake, just slimy.
You know what I actually hate, and I've done this I've seen it a couple times buying cars. Is you got the positive guy. Hey, it's great to have you out here. He's all smiles right there, but you'll catch him halfway when he's doing some work or something. He's got this big frown on his face, and he'll look back up at you, and you're like, "I saw you. You weren't happy right then and there, dude. You lying motherfucker."
My favorite thing to do it with. Yep, there we go.
Yep, started it off wrong. Sorry.
My favorite thing to do with looking at cars is, you guys know I know quite a bit about cars and go to car lots and.
Well, you do, except about the Honda S2000. You don't know a lot about that guy.
I don't know anything about
I know
that
this
one.
other guy knows a lot about it, though.
He does.
Yeah.
He's read a lot in magazines.
A lot more than you do.
Yeah.
Because out of magazines, of course.
Well, no, he's played. What's that?
Forza or
He played that one video.
So you know a lot about cars.
You go to these places and the sales guys try to oversell you
on
the car. I remember my mom was looking for a car once, and it was just a little Mercedes SLK, the little one.
Yeah.
And they were $45,000 new.
Right.
And they've got it up. It's a bright yellow one. And, of course, being a Mercedes, they
It was mid-engine, wasn't it?
No, it was front engine.
No, it was the Boxer that was mid-engine. Sorry.
Yeah. And how Mercedes are. They're very, very nice at first. But then after a couple of years, they really deteriorate quickly. And this one has some miles on it.
Really expensive to repair.
Yeah. And he looked at my mom and me straight in the face and said, well, because the price they had on it was ridiculous. He said, well, this was an $80,000 or $90,000 car new.
Okay.
I looked at him and I said, no, it wasn't. Get out of here. I can't stand when you go to car lots and they think they know more, and they don't.
I saw. What's that? What's that show you like about driving? I can't remember it right now. The English version.
Yeah, Top Gear.
Top Gear. I saw one where they were testing all the small ones, the new ones. They had the Z3 type thing. They had the Porsche Boxer out there, and they were doing the new.
They had the S2000 on that one. Actually,
I think so. Yeah, and the best thing out of the entire thing.
I mean, I wouldn't know.
When he was talking about the Porsche Boxer, and he's like, "Oh, it's a great car. It's a lot of fun to drive. The only problem with this is by driving it, you're basically telling everybody you don't have enough money to afford a 911."
It is true.
It is.
It is true
because you would buy a 911 if you could afford it. If you wanted that car, it's like
not anymore. Actually, they're saying that the new Boxster is,
but it's still
is on par.
I know.
With they're saying it's what the 911 could be, because it's over the years all the cars have gotten bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and over that they've lost that nimble light handling ability,
which you need more now in city type driving, and especially I mean even like hills and stuff like that. I mean you're not really going a quarter mile.
Well, and you guys, you know how my dad's a big Porsche guy. Both of you know. I grew up in a Porsche.
He's got a 44.
Is he, and I think you played hockey, right?
He's got a 928, right?
No, he's got a 9. How dare you? A 928. He's got a 911, 1968 911.
Oh, it is a 911
RSR with a 930 racing engine in it.
Oh, man.
Not that I know anything about Porsches.
No, you don't. You read it in a magazine.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you wrote that on your arm. I can see you reading it off there.
It's actually tattooed. Yeah. He says it so often to people. He actually tattooed it on his arm.
He did it in cursive so nobody can
tell.
You
can't read it in that sleeve he's got, but it's actually built in there. It's code.
It's all part of my plan. But he, you were talking about the newer 911s, and one of the things that my dad complains about with the newer 911s is that everything's so electronic now.
Yeah.
There's so many devices built to compensate for your bad driving.
Yeah.
That no one really learns how to drive the car properly anymore.
Wow, okay.
That's completely true. With the S2000, even though it's a newer car, it was designed in the late 90s and produced in the starting in 2000 model year, 99 built up until 2009. But it has no driver aids on the earlier ones, and there's a lot of things that can get you in trouble if you don't know how to drive. Even though it's actually not a lot. I mean, it's decent amount, but it's not a huge amount of power or torque. But it's just the way the cars are built. They handle so well, but they're snappy. And if you don't know how to drive and you don't know what to expect, it can bite you. Mine's got me before. I've spun it around. It
doesn't have a huge wheelbase, right? So
no, they're small. They're very small.
Right. Yeah. Have you guys the new trucks they got for some of our field supervisors at work? Are these Dodges? Have you shifters on them, dude? What is that all about? Have you seen this?
Oh,
thing?
yeah, they're all electronic transmissions.
Yeah,
so.
that can't be good. It's got to be fixing that thing real early on, right? I mean, was it so hard to just go junk, junk, junk up on your column?
Well, I remember a buddy of mine had a 7 Series BMW, and he bought used because the resale on those just falls out after a couple of years. And he had I don't remember what year, but it was the last body style of the big 7 Series, which is great. We used to go down to South Tampa, and we'd want to go to Dubliner, and you can't ever find parking in South Tampa.
Yes, just park on the you park over.
No, we'd go to McDenton's, and they had free valet parking, but they only took nice cars, and they'd have the chain up, valet full. We'd pull up and just sit there. The guy would come over, say, "Hey, man, you got room for one more?" And he'd look at the car and see the 7 Series BMW. He's like, "Yeah, we can fit you in." We'd walk in the side door next to the parking lot of McDenton's, walk out the front door, walk over to Dubliner, party at Dubliner all night, then walk back in and get our car from McDonald's.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice.
We did that a lot. And but with his car, it had kind of it still had a column shift, but it was all electronic buttons, and I almost ran it through the front of a convenience store because I thought it was in reverse and it was in drive because you don't get that positive feedback of the click, click, click. So it's makes it tough.
Dude, one last story, and this is 'cause my dad. I remember him telling me a story about. I think his next door neighbor, like a buddy, had a Plymouth that had push buttons, and we're talking like 50s, right? It had a push button on the dash, a neutral, drive, reverse, first and second, and there was no other. And I believe there was a clutch involved in this because I guess he told me his buddy dropped the engine out by revving it up in neutral and just jamming it in and trying to. It would never get a tire, and he was badly in the 50s. Everybody wanted to burn some freaking rubber, right?
Yeah.
So he drops it in the drive and drops it, but. I guess that was some technology they messed with way back when, and we're finally like, you know what? Let's just go back to manual.
Yeah, there's a lot of technology like that. Hardtop convertible. I remember the Ford, I think it was a Fairlane type car. It was a real big car in the early 60s, had a hardtop convertible. The trunk was so big that the top had, like the first 6 or 8 inches of it would fold up, but then the rest of the top would move back and just sit in the trunk. So the trunk was so big to hold the top of this 4-seat giant car in it. So...
Well, guys, we're going to jump to a break. We had some other stories we want to get into, but you know what? It's just fun talking about cars. Let's face it, we all love cars. When we get back, I'm excited because we get to catch up with Chad Schnar from Bolt Prospects. He's going to call in after the commercial break, get caught up on. Hey, it's hockey season, so it's time to talk about it.
Hell yeah, it is.
And I'm looking forward to getting the prognostications from Chad in terms of what we can expect from the season. Craniacs, stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, it's Harry Carey here. Have you lost a loved one, perhaps a beloved pet? Well, I can get you in touch with Automelda and Little Bubbles. Then all you gotta do is call 1-800-ASK-HARRY, and I got you covered. Your deceased loved ones will be nothing more than a phone call away with Harry Carey's Liaisons to the Dead. Call me now at 1-800-ASK-HARRY. Here's Charlie from Toronto.
Harry Carey got me in touch with my Uncle Abe, and I found out he was the Sausage King of Chicago.
Then there's John from Salt Lake City.
My Meemaw Agnes told me where to find a fortune she had hidden from a bank robbery she had done in the early 40s.
So call me now and get in touch with your loved ones at 1-800-ASK-HARRY. That's 1-800-ASK-HARY.
All right, man. ESB Brewing commercial, take one.
Hey, you want me to run bar for you? I am producer on Great Show at ESP on Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. o'clock, the Cranial Emission Show.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you mean the Cranial Emission Show.
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay. All right. Now, Sancho, we're going to run through this. We're going to get it right this time, okay?
Okay, yes.
Okay. Now, just read the copy I gave you just like they wrote it.
Yes.
Okay. ESP Brewing commercial, take...
Hello, I'm Sancho.
No, hey, like I said,
when I say take two.
I did. You said take two.
Look, just read the few lines they wrote for you, okay? And only about ESB and their amazing beer.
Can I talk about Leslie?
No. This commercial is just about the quality of ESB's beer.
But Leslie, she's so pretty and she make amazing beer.
All right. Take 5. Jimmy, get this guy in the ball, please. I can't believe this fucking bullshit. Why do we have to have a low fucking budget?
Sir?
What?
Your mic is still live.
Damn it!
Pardon our advertising. At ESB Brewing, we spend our money on beer.
This is Bill Clinton. When I come back from making my rounds in Harlem, there's nothing more than I like to do than wash my balls, grab a glass of wine, and put on a little BET for the bootay, and listen to the Cranial Mission Show with Ben Charles, Joey Needles, and Miguel Hito.
Cranial Mission Show. We're back from break. Ben Charles, the C Squared, Caleb Crispy, and the Reverend Joey T hanging out here in Garage Studios. If you want to be a part of the show, well, call in because you can ask some questions because now we have queued up on hold the great Chad Schnarr from boltprospects.com. And you know what? We got to play Chad's theme song here. You got the theme song queued up? Yep, we got Chad on the phone here with us, buddy. It's good to hear from you. Hockey season underway again. It's been a while since we've spoken, and I don't know if you've had a chance yet. CranialMissions.com. Anybody that listens to the show, go there. Go to our website to listen through it, but you'll also find under show contributors, we have a link to Chad's site. Chad and all his buddies that work hard. It seems like year-round you guys are working on this. I know you were excited to have a little break from hockey season so you could actually spend some time at home, but hey, before you know it, hockey's underway again, buddy.
It is. I'm ready to go.
So what'd you think about last night, man? We got to see Game 1. Got to see it was an historic game. Jason Garrison scoring the first 3-on-3 game-winning goal in overtime in NHL history.
Yeah, that overtime was pretty insane. I'll take that over a shootout any day.
Hell
That's
yeah.
for sure.
That was strongly exciting. Yeah, dude. I loved it.
Yeah, I know Ben Bishop said it was a gong show, but
Yeah.
it was a really entertaining gong show, so I'll take that.
Yeah, I was surprised to see those comments, and I when you read the article where he talks about that, you know, he mentions the fact that he feels that during a shootout he's got a better chance. It's more fair for a goaltender, in his opinion. But then the Winnipeg goaltending duo felt like when they interviewed them during the preseason, they liked the 3-on-3 format. And as a fan, I think we all want to see this. It's a twofold thing. There's too many points being given from shootouts, you know, and there's too many games ending from that. And I like this, too, with the format because these goals scored count in the stats. So now you'll see the scoring numbers overall go up.
I got a quick question.
What are they saying, like 10 to 15 points for the top scorers in the league will be added on thanks to 3-on-3? I'll take that.
Yeah,
sure.
So you might actually see a 100-point scorer again. That'd be nice.
Yeah, seriously.
What you're talking this 3-on-3, and I'm a hockey amateur novice
It's
beginner.
usually 5-on-5.
No, okay. So, what you're talking the overtime? Do they not do the shootout now, or are they?
No, it goes. Is it going still 4-4 and 3-3?
Well, I'll defer. Let Chad explain the whole thing since we have the hockey guru on here.
Cool.
In the NHL, it's just going to go 5 minutes, 3-on-3, and then if it's still tied, they'll do a shootout. In the AHL last year, they did 7 minutes, but the first